Start off and tell me, did you raise your daughter?
Well, I had my daughter, before my daughter was born, I was in prison.
Okay.
I came home from prison 2 months after she was born.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen my daughter, wanted her. And her mother told me she had to work.
Yeah.
For me to watch her over the weekend.
Yeah.
She dropped her off to me, never returned.
Oh, wow. So you did have her, so you raised her. And when did she get taken away from you and why?
She got taken at 2 years old.
2 years old.
Well, her mother tried to come back and get her back. The police told her, is he the father? She said yes. They said there's nothing they can do about it. You have to go through the legal matter. So she went and took it upon herself to call CPS and put a case on me.
Wow.
And when she got taken, I lost it.
Of course.
I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to think. I went on a deep end. But at the same time, I knew I had to do what I had to do to try to get her.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go down to CPS every day, sign the sign-in sheet, visit, but they would never let me get my daughter.
Yeah.
Then they told me, finally they came out and told me, they said, well, we don't think she's your daughter because she's too pretty to be your daughter.
No. A CPS worker said that?
Yes, yes. And I was very hurt because, like,
of course.
At the time, I mean, you know, I was young. I was 21 at the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a father. And so when she got taken, it destroyed me mentally.
Of course. So I'm so sorry you went through that.
I mean, it hurt because, like, I was adopted myself.
Yeah.
So I knew what it was like to be in the system, and I didn't want my kids, any of my kids, period, to ever go through that.
If this worker made that ludicrous comment, did they offer a DNA test as well?
No, they didn't. They refused me.
This makes like, it's almost like I'm hoping there's more to the story than this so far, but we'll get back to it in a moment. He goes to prison. He comes out 2 months after she's born, and the mother of the child drops the child to him on a weekend and disappears for 2 years, and then has the audacity to come back and be like, no, I want my child. Where did she go? We need to know where she went. I'm hoping there's more to this dynamic, because how can a mother first abandon the child and then come back as if nothing ever happened? That doesn't even make any sense. And I fully understand where he's coming from. Well, like, look, he loves his daughter, he's raising her, all this kind of stuff, and her being taken sent him off the edge. And he's probably battling like two extremes at this point. What's this woman doing, which is making him go crazy? But at the same time, he's like, I need to stay sane so I can actually be there for my daughter. This is mad on so many different levels.
To get a DNA test, they refused.
And the fact that someone said the girl is too pretty to be his daughter. My goodness.
And see, that's why I was like so skeptical about the system, period.
Were you in the South?
Yeah, and it was rough, but when my daughter was born, it changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, because like me personally, before my daughter was born, I was a womanizer.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't abusive, but I was just a womanizer. I took advantage of women. I used women for what I can get out of my selfish purposes. And when I had my daughter, it changed my whole thinking of women.
Yeah.
What's going to make a change?
Yeah. I'm not the best father, but I feel like in my heart that I am that father.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I noticed. And so, you know, that's why I'm so sorry. And I just have to address this because I knew immediately, working in the system for years, when there's systemic racism that happens and we cannot pretend. And so for them to not offer you a DNA test, they see a young black man who's been out of prison, and instead of saying, well, he's going to make it and try and be a great father, he's already proven 2 years, I'm sure that this worker probably looked at you and decided and just wrote you off. And then the system allowed her to do that. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, because you now then have dealt with your own issues of being in foster care system, feeling the system, trying to get your mental health together, and now this person destroys you, and you are a young man. And I just apologize for that, like, sincerely.
But I never gave up on her.
I know
I never gave up on her. I stayed with her.
Amazing.
It's crazy because, like, when my daughter was 13, she took the initiative to come find me.
Wow, great.
She found me through Facebook.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, I might be your daughter. And I was just looked at the picture, and I was just looking at myself, and I was like, well, there is a big resemblance,
Yeah.
you know. And I was like, well, I said, and what's your name again? And so she told, and I said, oh my God, I remember exactly who you are. And I
Yeah.
said, I've been waiting for this day and for this moment.
Of course, entire time.
You think they look alike? I think I'm seeing like the same kind of nose and cheek, like that part of the facial structure, but
And I've been in her life ever since.
So through her, because you said she was 13 at that age, and you were through her life throughout the teen years?
No, not the parents that she had didn't want her to have contact with none of her
Oh, wow.
family members.
Okay, then.
But as she got older, they realized that they had no choice over that. It was her decision, and she made that decision. And to me, that was
okay, so it makes sense now. They took her from him, and she went into the system, it seems. And she obviously was adopted, and now she's older, and now she's come back to meet with him, etc.
the greatest decision.
And so, did her mother tell you she wasn't your daughter?
Yeah, she told me a lot of times that she's not my daughter.
Got it.
And so when she changed her story, it kind of made me, I felt like, well, I'm here, I'm gonna raise her, I'm gonna be a father to her. And as the years gone by, it was just like, I need to
She's
know.
my daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
How's your relationship with your potential daughter now?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as it should be. We don't keep in contact like all the time, but when we call and talk, we talk, and we be on the phone for hours.
Do you think that the lack of it being able to grow a stronger bond is because of the fact that there's this doubt and the years
Yeah.
missed?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Which makes a lot of sense, obviously. Now, obviously, the woman he was with, it's quite obvious that this was some sort of toxic relationship on many different levels. He's going to prison, she's doing crazy stuff. She now apparently says to him, this isn't your child. And he's living with that this whole time. He's like, I'm trying to raise this girl at the same time. I'm trying to love her, but at the same time, there's this thing like, wait, is she actually mine? Is she actually really my responsibility? He's trying to, again, I mentioned it before, there's so much conflict which is clear and obvious that he's probably going through. And like he said, at this point, he's like, look, I need to know. Because it's now or never. And it's gonna be a shame if he actually is her father and their relationship has been what it's been. Because I'm pretty certain if he had complete confidence that he was the father, he probably would have made even more of an effort. So as much as they may look alike and all that kind of stuff, it will definitely burn him. He will be happy to know that yes, it's like officially, legally his daughter and biologically, but it will also burn him at the same time that he didn't do more in the previous years. But the real truth is, as sad as things happening in the past, not the right way, we always have to be thankful and grateful and thank God that we have today and we have potentially tomorrow to right the wrongs of the things that we've done in the past. Let's see.
So why are these DNA results important to you?
Well, it's important to me because I was adopted, number one, and it's by right, I need to know my own DNA bloodline.
Yeah.
And so, you know, my real father was never there for me. And I know what it felt like not having a father. And I never wanted my kids to go through any of that.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know, just knowing the fact that you're the father in your own heart, and then for somebody to come and strip it away from you,
Yeah.
it made me feel less of a man, not more of a man, like, you know, like I was doing the right thing.
Yeah. Here you
It
go,
just
brother.
made me feel like
Here you go, brother.
at 21 years old, I didn't even know who I was.
Of course.
True. And I mentioned one side. Imagine if he finds out she's not his daughter. That's going to come with a whole new level of emotions as well in various different ways. He's obviously raised her in various degrees over the years, so it's not like he's just going to be like, well, to hell with you. But this is why dysfunction is always the wrong thing. You never want to be in dysfunctional situations. They're not going to produce good stuff.
But I knew I had a duty I had to take care of. My parents always raised me, if you create something, you take care of it no matter what.
Yeah. That's great. All right. So I want to meet your potential daughter, Kalicia, and hear her side of the story. So everyone, please welcome Kalicia to the show. Hi, Kalicia. How are you? Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I got to ask you directly, do you believe Buck is your father?
In my heart, I really do believe he is my father. It's just I've had a lot of doubts here and there because, you know, I was told almost my whole life that you have a potential other person, you know, who could be your dad.
Okay.
So I never knew. It was very, very confusing for me, and I've always wanted to just get that full-on confirmation.
Yeah. Do you have a relationship with your biological mother?
No.
Got it. Okay. When you heard those stories about the fact that he raised you for 2 years and then CPS was called and that he still visited you, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, I'm a little conflicted because growing up, I heard different stories. I heard that he kidnapped me and that he refused to give me back, and then CPS was called because of the place that he was living at and the situation, and so I've been extremely confused on
Of course.
what to even believe anymore, you
Of
know?
course.
Like, and then my adopted mom gives me a whole nother story, like, oh yeah, you know, you were just kind of in the system and they brought you to me and was like, hey, do you want a little girl? And I was like, yeah, you know, like, give her to me.
Got it. Well, I can hear some of the truth within these stories. I'll tell you that he couldn't have kidnapped you, because if they would have kidnapped you and the CPS would have got involved, he would have been arrested immediately. Now, what I do know is that there could have been someone else in the house that the CPS was concerned that would have been neglecting or abusing you, and so they would have removed you for that reason. But if they thought that he was a part of it, they would have never allowed him to come and make visits. Are you still close with your adopted family?
Yes, I do live with my adopted mom.
You still do,
I
great.
kind of take care of her now because she's in her 70s. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And she helps me take care of my daughter.
Do you have a relationship with Buck now?
We have a relationship, but because he lives a few cities away and I don't have transportation, and he's always working, it's kind of hard to just go see each other all the time.
Yeah.
But we do FaceTime.
And so how often do you FaceTime?
Not as often as we probably should. It's also that just kind of blockage of, well, what if he isn't my dad? I don't want to just keep forming that relationship. And then
Which makes sense, and this goes back to the point I was making about being dysfunctional. And this is why it's always good to hear things from multiple different sides. We heard from the potential dad, now and from the potential daughter. She's hearing all these crazy stories from all these different people. She doesn't know what to do. She has this affection for him, but at the same time, she's like, wait, should I be standoffish? Should I get closer? This is just dysfunctional. It's sad.
And then my daughter, you know, she's only 3. I don't want her to form a whole bond, you know, if it's gonna.
Even that as well. She did mention she's got a daughter. She's 3 years old. Is he a potential grandfather or is he not?
Gonna be, all right, well, he's not my dad and we're gonna go our separate ways.
Got it. Are you close with her daughter?
I call and contact, and I see her
Yeah.
on FaceTime, and
Yeah.
I do pull up and go visit. So I mean,
Yeah. She's only 3, so the bond is not fully there. But
Yeah, but she's extremely smart and like she knows.
she knows. She knows.
she
knows.
sees me on FaceTime. She says, "Papa."
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to solve this 27-year-old DNA mystery. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Well, Buck, I'm gonna have you come with me. Buck.
What do you guys think? He's the father, he's not the father? Let me know in the comments. And obviously, if you know, don't spoil it, guys.
I'm gonna have you stand right here. Buck, the reason I'm having you open this is because you were there and you were told that this was your child. You raised her, you loved her, and then she was ripped away from you. And you tried to get her back, but then with the systemic racism in the system, with people giving you conflicting stories, it made it harder and harder. And you've connected now, and you never gave up hope. And now there's an opportunity to find out the truth, is that if this is your actual daughter, this is your truth to open, not mine. So good luck.
I know it's hard, but we've been waiting for this.
I thought he was about to say you can't do it. He's not going to do it.
Too long, but it's well worth it.
What's in there is going to change everything.
Alicia, I am your father.
You know what's great about this? It's 27 years of dysfunction and all whatever it was. It was definitely a crazy story. But they have as much time as they have going forward to make something good and to rewrite the story. So guys, this is obviously a powerful story. I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to react righteously. God bless.